creating safe space is something that a lot of us do when coming together with the holidays, family and friends. You might not even know you're doing it. So that safe space is a tactic of using some fancy footwork to dance around those taboo topics that you know might set somebody off. You know what I'm talking about. But doing that for several hours can cause a lot of stress.
Wellness expert JC Lippold is here to introduce us to a different kind of space, a brave space, which is something I have not heard of before, JC.
Well, nice to see you guys.
Likewise.
Yeah, as we get ready for the holidays and spending time with people that we, in theory, love and appreciate, how often have we gotten in the place of going, all right, we need to make sure everyone feels safe. Maybe it's the ugly side of the Minnesota nice. Rather than raising the topic, we tiptoe and we try to stay away from the hard thing. But what it ends up really doing is it keeps us away from why we're getting together in the first place. So rather than safe space, what is brave space? Brave space acknowledges that we have differences with the people that we love, and there's also a reason why we care about them in the first place. So to create brave space, it's setting rules around the event that say, okay, here's how we can be ourselves, but also acknowledge the other people in the room that we innately care about, rather than jumping into the blowing up when something goes wrong moment.
And if there's anybody at home who's not kind of picking up what we're throwing down here, the space isn't, it's a figurative space.
Figurative, yes.
So it's the space that you can sort of be in mentally, right?
Exactly.
I mean, that's what we're talking about. It doesn't mean you go into this special room and that's where you guys...
Or maybe you do.
You yell at each other.
Maybe you call the dining room the
It's
brave
like,
room.
and you're going to the brave space. Go.
But it's getting yourself sort of in that mindset of, I'm going to push some boundaries. I'm going to be brave about certain topics.
Exactly.
Instead of my safe space, which is sitting there and not saying anything to anybody.
Exactly. You know, the idea of safe space or brave space often exists in a corporate setting or an educational setting where we're talking about really big topics. But if we bring that into our home, if we look at that space, if you're hosting the holiday, how often do you go, okay, we need to make sure we don't say this to grandma. We need to make sure that when Uncle X shows up that we don't bring this up. And what are we trying to do? We're trying to not have
conflict, the confrontation,
the conflict.
The awkwardness,
Yeah, so often when we create the safe space, the big thing to remember is we can't make someone feel safe, right? Someone gets to decide if they feel safe in a moment. What we can do is we can go, all right, we know all of these big personalities are walking into the room. How can we acknowledge that and allow people to relax, but also within that relaxation where someone may be incredibly themselves, they're also supported within the love of going, you know what, rather than yelling at you right now, I'm going to try to understand you right now. And in that we go, wow, this is why holidays are great.
Okay, so let's talk about how you create a brave space. Let's
Absolutely.
just paint a picture here of like someone is hosting Thanksgiving, right? So they know they're going to have all these different personalities and dynamics coming into their home. As a host, you want everyone to feel comfortable and loved and safe.
Yes.
So how do you as the host, or is it the host's responsibility to create that brave space?
Yes, and the host starts this movement. I like to think about brave space creation in 2 steps. Number 1, create the intention for your holiday. So imagine everyone gets around the table, like often like there's a blessing or there's a prayer, there's a moment when we give thanks. In that moment to say, hey, you know what? We all have this shared tradition, this shared history, this shared family, this shared love. Let's acknowledge that, and let's also acknowledge that we have big differences that we can get fired up about. With that being said, our intention for today is to honor the space that we are getting to share together and make sure that everybody feels a part of today. So step 1, create that intention. Okay. Number 2, set some ground rules. Here's 3. Number 1, be vulnerable. Be yourself. Be the one who shares, hey, here's what I believe. Hey, here's my history. Here's my understanding. Here's my quirky comment or action. And then number 2, when you listen, reflect. Number 3, when you speak, consider the intention. In other words, if all of a sudden Megan's the person who's going to say the thing that really sets me off, rather than listening and be like, I'm going to jump on Megan right now, it's like, I'm going to go, wow, this is what Megan believes. This is where Megan's at. And then reflect to go, okay, I'm going to listen to that, and I'm going to offer some love, or I'm going to maybe not punch as hard as I would want to. Yeah. So then before I speak, to go, you know what, right now is the day that it's important for us to be in the same room. So we need that little bit of bravery so then people can go, huh. And all of a sudden, years later, we look back and we go, wow, I love my family. We don't always agree on things, but here's the opportunity to really focus on what brings us together in the first place.
I like all this in concept. I'm wondering how you, and I know we're about out of time, but
Yeah.
how do you even start? Like, do you send a text to everybody who's coming over for dinner? Like, hey, we're going to do something a little different this year. Because that sometimes can get people already edgy before they even walk in the door.
Yes, and that's it. None of us are going to be surprised by the realities of the stress we carry into a holiday, right? We all, like, how many people have stopped going to holidays because they don't want to deal with it?
Yeah.
Be the courageous host and say, you know what? How about this year? We know that this is going to come on up, and within that, we're going to hit it from the onset, and all of a sudden, then the anxiety goes down, and then people can start to find a little bit of safety through a little bit of bravery.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Give it a whirl this year, huh?
I'm
creating
not
a
worried about
brave
any
space.
safe or brave space at mine this year. I'm worried about space right here.
Hey,
JC, thank you.
Thanks,
it's
guys.
always good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving.
you too.
You can keep up with JC on his website. It is jclipple.com.